In this video, I'd like to talk to you about measures of location and spread, known as mode, mean, median, and range. Quite often we want to get a bit more information rather than just a visual representation of our statistics. So we'll use the mode, mean, and median to be measures of central tendency or give us an idea of whereabouts our data is located. Or we might use a range, but range is a very simple piece of information. It just tells us how spread out the data is, and if there's an outlier, it's really greatly affected. The word mean is a bit like when we had pie chart. The mathematical term was actually sector graph, but with the pie chart, it's just a commonly accepted term. The same goes with average. When most people refer to average, what they actually are referring to is the mean. The mean is the set of scores. We add up the set of scores we have and we divide it by the number of scores there are. So the sum of scores divided by the number of scores. Remember, we have that symbol sigma, which means sum of. So it's sigma f on n. And we use the identification for mean as x bar, or x with a line across the top of it. The mean always lies between the smallest and the largest scores that you have, but may not necessarily be one of the scores. So in this set of scores, you can see that we're adding up all the scores, dividing by the number that we have, and the mean of those scores then is 7. The mode, it tells us the score that occurs the most number of times. And the way I like to remember this is that we have MO in the word mode and MO in the word most. So the mode tells us the most. There may be more than one mode for a set of scores, or there may be no mode. So in this case, we can see that there are 7 occurring the most number of times. In this case, there is no score that occurs more than any others. There is no mode in that set of scores. And in this set of scores, there are 2 scores that are the mode, 5 and 7. But again, we can see from the scores there that the mode is always between the smallest and the largest values. And it may be equal to one of the largest or smallest values. The median, well, I've given you this image here to help you with the median. This strip of grass down the middle is referred to as the median strip. And so the median score is the score that is in the middle or in between. So I think mathematically though, those scores need to be arranged in numerical order, also known as ascending order, which means in order from lowest to highest. So if we look at a set of scores here, we've noticed that they are ordered, and so the middle score is 6. The median is 6. For an even number of scores, the median will be the mean of the 2 scores in the middle. So if we have our scores here, and again, that is the median is 9. The median is between the smallest and largest values, but may not be exactly the same as one of the scores that you have. Range simply is the difference between the highest score and the lowest score, but you have to do that subtraction. So we'd find the highest score and lowest score, in this case 10 minus 1, but we have to do the calculation so the range is equal to 9. And this may take any value, so it may be outside the largest and the lowest scores. So there's a summary from the mean, mode, median, and range. I'd like you to pause the video now to copy those values down. We're going to have a go now at finding the mode, mean, median, and range for a set of scores. The mode for our numbers there is the score that occurs the most, MO for mode and MO for most. And we can see that the mode in this case is 10. With the mean, we need to find x bar, which is equal to sigma f on n. The sum of the scores is 56, and the number of the scores is 10. And so our mean is equal to 9 1/3. Note that that's not one of our values. The median is a score in the middle, but they must be arranged in numerical order or ascending order. In this case, we have an even number of scores, and so we're looking for the average or the mean of the 2 middle scores. And you can think of it as what number is exactly halfway between those 2 middle scores. In this case, the median is 10. And the range, simply highest score minus lowest score. The highest score is 11, lowest score is 7, so our range is 4. And again, you can see that that range doesn't necessarily have to be between the highest score and the lowest score. So there is some information on the mode, mean, median, and range. Thank you.